Hello. So today's topic is digestive system. Digestive system. Digestive system is the most important system. It's the vital system in all organisms, living organisms. So let's go further and check out what are the main components of the digestive system. Digestive system. So in this system, there are five main phases. First, ingestion. Second, movement. Third, digestion, which can be mechanical and chemical both. Fourth, absorption. And fifth, elimination. These five elements are um, are required in every organisms for digestion. So let's go further and we see that um, in digestion, there are two types of digestions. One is mechanical and second is chemical. Mechanical is the physical digestion, such as chewing, tearing, grinding, mixing, mashing. It's done in the buccal cavity in the mouth with the help of teeth and tongue. With the help of teeth and tongue, the bite we eat of food is we chew, we tear it out, we grind it, we mash it, we mix it. Basically, the purpose is that to break it down into smaller pieces, smaller components. Now, coming on towards the second kind, that is chemical digestion. Chemical digestion um, it is in digestion with the help of enzymes, with the help of chemical reactions. It's not a mechanical. It cannot be done by teeth. It needs enzymes. What are enzymes? Enzymes are the biological catalyst which helps to speed up the reaction without getting involved in it. Basically, there is no use of enzymes except that they speeds up the reactions. Okay, so that's not our topic. Our topic is digestion, so let's stick on to it. So, coming towards the topic, that's chemical digestion. Chemical digestion is done in carbohydrates, proteins, lipids. For example, let's take the example of starch. The enzyme amylase helps the starch to break down into uh, simpler components. Next, now we have the whole track of the digestive system. We can see this that the digestive system starts from here, the mouth, then towards the esophagus, then towards the pharynx. Over here is the pharynx, and then this is the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum. So, um, this whole digestive tract is also scientifically is known as gastrointestinal tract. Basically, it's a tube that links or directs a pathway towards all the organs, connecting all the organs together of the digestion that helps in digestion. So let's see that we have over here we have mouth in which the mechanical digestion occurs, and this is the only stage where mechanical digestion occurs. And from here the chemical digestion also starts. Now we have pharynx. Pharynx is in we can say that it's a common pathway for air and food. So over here, food and air are both available because because from lower pharynx, there's one tube that is called esophagus. This esophagus, and there's a second tube behind the esophagus that is called trachea, and that trachea is a pathway for air. Like esophagus is a pathway for food. Then we have stomach, in which most of the food is digested through chemical digestion, and it's the acidic part, most acidic part of the body. Then we have small intestine. We will be studying in our next videos the parts of intestine in detail, small intestine and large intestine both. Then we have from small intestine, the food goes towards the large intestine and then towards the rectum. And the rectum is the final point from where the waste product excretes out. So, towards the mouth. As I've told you that this is our buccal cavity. We eat, then we chew, then uh, we take in, swallow it. So, teeth mechanically break down food into smaller pieces. Tongue mix food with saliva containing amylase, which helps to break down starch. As I've told you earlier, that the first stage of chemical digestion starts from the buccal cavity in our mouth, and this is the only place where mechanical digestion occurs. Now, towards the second point, epiglottis. Epiglottis is a flap-like structure at the back of the throat that encloses uh, that closes over the trachea, preventing food from entering it. It is located in the pharynx. I've told you earlier as well that the pharynx is a common pathway for food and air, because it is the path from lower pharynx to tuberculosis. One is esophagus and one is, I've told you from here that one is esophagus and behind this there is trachea. So in order that the food does not choke, the food does not go inside trachea, that is the air, that is the pathway for the air. So there is a flap-like structure present that is known as epiglottis, which covers trachea whenever we swallow a food so that it does not go in trachea. Next, esophagus. Esophagus. Below pharynx, there is esophagus. It's approximately 20 centimeter long and it secretes mucus. Why does it secrete mucus? There is a question over here. This is because mucus prevents friction. So whenever we swallow food, the friction may be created. So in order to prevent friction and to swallow it smoothly, mucus is produced in whole digestive tract. Mucus is present in all the organs of our digestion, digestive system. Second, the second function includes that moves food from the throat to the stomach using muscles movement called peristalsis. There's a wave-like movement that helps the swallowed bite to move towards the stomach. That wave-like movement is known as peristalsis. Then, if acid from the stomach gets in there, that's heartburn. Um, Often we experience the spicy water or spicy type something in our mouth. That is commonly called as well as acidity. So, as we all know that the stomach is our most acidic organ and it produces HCl. So sometimes when we eat more spicy food, so the flow of HCl may or the acid may reverse back into the esophagus. That is why that is called, that feeling is called heartburn. Next, stomach. Stomach. Stomach is this red part, J-shaped muscular bag that stores the food you eat break down into tiny pieces. We can see that it's a J shape, and yes, the food that we eat goes into that, and then it mixed with the digestive juices that contain certain types of enzymes that break down in the protein and lipids. So the digestion of protein and lipids, maximum protein and lipids, occurs in stomach. Stomach contains HCl, which kills the bacteria. So the question arises over here that if the stomach contains HCl in a concentrated amount, why does it not affect the walls of the stomach? We all know HCl is a very acidic acid. This is because of mucus. The mucus layer is present around the walls of the stomach, which helps to prevent any damages to the stomach. So remember that the HCl only kills the bacteria, not the walls of the stomach. And the pH of the stomach is 3.2. So the mucus layer plays an important role over here. Food found in the stomach is called chyme. So the chyme is a semi-liquid form of food. When we digest it, it came into our stomach. It mixed with the different digestive juices, so it forms a semi-liquid form. So that form is known as chyme. Next, small intestine. Small intestine. Just, yeah. Small intestine, we can see over here that it starts from the stomach, end of the stomach, and gets over till the starting of large intestine. So in the small intestine, there are finger-like structure present which helps the food to move, and mainly the main function is absorption. So till now we have learned about ingestion, that we eat food. Then second we have learned that is digestion. We have learned that we can see that I can show you. Yes, it's over here. The movement is happening everywhere. Then we have also learned mechanical and chemical digestion. Now it's time for absorption and elimination. So the main part of absorption occurs in the small intestine through these finger-like structures. They plays an important role in the absorption. And above these finger-like structures, the layer of cells are present. These cells have more finger-like structures present to increase the surface area so that more absorption of the nutrients and water and the minerals that the body needs can occur. It's the same methodology like our towels. In our daily use, we use towels to wipe ourselves, to dry ourselves. So the towels, the material and the structure of the towels are made in such a way so that they increase the surface area has been increased in the towels to absorb more. Similarly, over here as well, the surface area have been increased to let them absorb more nutrients, more material that is needed for body. And how does the surface area has been increased? It's increased by these finger-like projections, and above these finger-like projections, the layer of the layer of cells are present which have their own finger-like positions that increases them. And within these finger-like positions, the capillary network is present, so that the absorbed material directly goes inside the capillary, inside the blood. um, okay, so the small intestine is made up of seven is made up of sorry, the small intestine is 7 meters long. We do not feel that because it's twisted around. Then lining of the intestine walls has finger-like positions called villi. These finger-like positions are called villi. To increase the surface area, as I've told you, the villi are covered in microvilli. These cells that contains finger-like positions are called microvilli, which further increases the surface area for absorption. So the absorption process starts from the stomach. Some a little bit absorption starts from the stomach, but mainly the absorption process occurs in small intestine and large intestine. You can see in detail over here. Nutrients from the blood, nutrients from the nutrients from the food passes into the bloodstream, as I've told you before that the blood streams are present in the alveoli through the small intestine walls. I've told you. Now, what does they absorb? They absorb 80% water, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, lipids. So these are the main material, main minerals, main acids that a body needs. Acid is something that is really important for um, if we take an example for our body's acids are minerals, vitamins, um, carbohydrates, protein, lipids, oxygen. So something is really important that is called acid. So it absorbs these. It also secretes digestive enzymes, many digestive enzymes. Now coming through the large intestine, which is the second last part of our digestive system. Large intestine. Large intestine starts from the ending of small intestine and it ends at the rectum. It's 1.5 meter long. Our small intestine was 7 meters long, and our large intestine is just 1.5 meters around. Same is the case with the large intestine, that it is twisted around, that why it does not feel that much. Except what small intestine do not absorb. Um, this also plays an important role in absorption. The things that are not absorbed by the small intestine, the remaining things, remaining acids are absorbed by the large intestine. So the final touches of for absorption, so that no wastage, no extra wastage occurs. The final touches done to the waste product is done by large intestine. Now the function of large intestine. Yes. The function of large intestine. Um, Bacterial digestion. Basically, over here, when the food enters, if any bacteria is left over here, so it dies, or it passes towards the rectum and then secretes out. So The basic bacterial digestion means that the secreting out of the body of the harmful bacteria that the body does not like. Then it absorbs water. By the time the absorption of water occurs, the more the water absorbed, the more concentrated waste is made. Because if the water is left in the waste product, it will be in a semi-liquid or liquid form. So as the water will be absorbed, the waste will be turning into solid form. Okay. Next, there are some glands, organelle glands, that plays a vital role in the digestive system. For example, the for example, one of the organ are pancreas, then gallbladder. These um, are the glands as well. Not part of the path, not part of the path of food, but plays a vital role. Basically, it does not involved in digestion directly, but it plays an important role. Other than that, the including organs are liver, gallbladder, pancreas. Now, liver. Liver is situated over here above the um, stomach. Directly affects the digestion by producing bile. Bile juice is produced by the liver. So it bile has a certain types of enzymes which helps in digestion of fats, and its work as a filter papers because it filter out the toxin or the drugs or the poisonous things that is harmful for the body. So without bile, the body won't be able to filter out the toxins. The person, okay, now I have a question to you all. I will be giving the answer of this question at the end of the video. Don't think about it. If a person is drinking alcohol in an excessive amount, so which organ will be affected first, and why and how? Think about this question. I will be answering it in the end of the video. So now the second is gallbladder. Gallbladder is located under the liver. So basically, the secretion of the bile juice occurs um, from the liver, but bile. It stores bile juice in it, which is released into small intestine in this part that is called deuterium. Fatty acid causes gallstones. Um, if the fatty acids are in excessive amount in more than our requirement, the excessive amount, the it will cause gallstones. We all have heard about kidney stones. It is only the name is similar but not the function. We can remember the gallstones by kidney stones. Now, pancreas. Pancreas also plays the important role in some secretions. Over here is leaf-like structure which produces enzymes for digestion of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Proteins, lipids mostly are digested over here in stomach. Fats are digested by the uh, production of bile juice, and carbohydrates are digested in the mouth. But some of them are left that are digested by the enzymes of pancreas. and it also produces insulin. It also produces insulin, which regulates the uh, blood flow, sugar flow. So, if the excessive amount of sugar has been taken, or if your sugar is low, it is regulated by this hormone that is called insulin. Some of uh, at some of places it's called hormone, and some of the places it's called um what can it's called secretion. So let's be clear about it. Let's call it secretion. That's better. Now, it's now for the quiz time. I would like you all to take a chart paper and practice this diagram. It's a very easy diagram as soon as you know how to make it and label it with it. So, coming on to my question that I have asked you when I was teaching you all about liver. The answer is that the liver is the organ which will be affected first because it purifies the blood. So if the excessive amount of alcohol will be taken, the liver will have to work more, will have to work harder, and it will expire earlier because an excessive usage of anything will warn out that thing earlier. That's why be careful, and that is the reason it we say that alcohol is not good for your health. Now for the answers for this sheet. So we see green is the esophagus, stomach. Yes, we can say that if you guys have labeled this as mouth, then larynx, and then esophagus, that's also right. Then small intestine, large intestine, liver, gallbladder. Yes, the dark green part is a gallbladder. Please comment below your marks that you have got. How many did you do it correct? For further references, you can use these links. If these links does not open, please let me know. I will help you out in the comments. Thank you. Thank you so much. Stay connected. Thank you.